And I remember her taking me in our first computer lab and sitting me down in front of it. I still remember the smell, literally remember the smell of cardboard boxes and packing peanuts because it was that new. And I was one of the first students to ever get to use these. But she realized that something like this, as simple as this keyboard, an input device, would change my life. And she realized that I was able to show my learning now in a much more efficient, but also empowering way.
When we looked at a picture, it was like, you remember the blue slide?
And similar to my own 5th grade experience, it started with something simple. I pushed desks together, I brought in kidney tables, I invited students to talk about their learning. I told them to ask why and how along the way. Once this became a part of our classroom environment, we began to reshape our learning. We put away the textbooks and we began to look at digital media and digital learning. We found new ways to spark our curiosity and ignite our questions. It was no longer about getting that A, but about how we got there, about how our group would come together, sharing our own talents, to produce something meaningful and worth sharing. My classroom became a community. We learned to celebrate our ups and downs and share, almost always sharing along the way. Having our own device, whether it was an iPad, an iPod, or a laptop, made a world of difference for these students. And many along the way ask us, how are the test scores? How's the assessment data? And I would typically smile and say, they're improving. But it's difficult to understand what is actually happening to someone who isn't there. To describe what actually happens when these kids grab their iPads and begin to take ownership of their learning. Or as they huddle around one iPad or laptop to share and celebrate the process and to participate in the product. That's transformation. That's success. That's learning.
Not quite.